Muy bien, gente. Vamos a seguir con The Wolf Among Us. Es muy posible que este sea el último episodio. O más bien todo depende pues el tiempo que tarde en terminar. Porque, o sea, esto ya es el juicio. Así que quiero pensar que ya estaremos acabando este pedo. Y pues a ver si nos resuelven muchas dudas que nos hacen falta.
Do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing
Are
happening?
we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to... He's back.
The Crooked Man.
Thank God.
Motherfucker.
¿Cómo lo odian?
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble.
Más bien.
At the Crooked Man's place.
Well, he didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's here. We got him.
We can talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know... I'm
Que no lo mataras.
glad you made it back in one piece.
Ah, bueno. Unos besitos.
About time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
How could
What do
you?
you have to say for
Where the
yourself?
fuck do you get off?
Poor
You think
girls.
you have the right
And
to
what
just
about
do this
Faith?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done to
fucking
deserve
crook!
This. You should be
Fucking
ashamed.
shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder
As
of
I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porge who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White.
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Este hijo de
Still
puta.
out there?
I sincerely hope not. Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
No,
Don't worry about it. It's done.
no les voy a decir que lo maté.
Justice has already been dispatched. Bigby executed him.
He's... what?
Dead.
O sea, sí lo maté,
Culprit
pero...
has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the
What
charges.
other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights, Miss White. Unless you plan to abandon the charter
A
entirely.
ver, deja
Let
que...
her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf,
Varias veces.
Twice.
Misunderstanding.
aiding and
Este güey.
providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts.
No,
Now,
mejor
is there
cállate.
anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're...
Sí, ya, ok,
Everyone
ok.
just shut up for
Quiero
a
escuchar al hijo de perra.
minute. Wanted a chance to talk? Well, go ahead.
What?
We all know he's guilty. What the fuck does he need to speak for?
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where
well.
it fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
This is ridiculous.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all
Ora.
met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you
jeez.
gonna get
Ay,
to the
sí,
point or
mamón.
what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those.
Ay,
It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
He's
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg. It was only a matter of time before something like this happened.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
este idiota.
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby, when you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
No mames, una trampa bien dura,
You
güey.
weren't being helpful. You were trying to set me up. Your people tried to kill me.
They get a bit carried away sometimes.
Ay,
It's true.
chinga tu madre.
They do
Este
it
güey.
because they want to protect me, as I've protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
I really hope you're going somewhere with this.
I see, you want to cut right to the point. I can appreciate that. Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted that any of those girls wanted their lives like
Sí, no
that?
mames, llamas
I'm
todas
sorry,
pinches.
Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah. That's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for
Ah,
you.
este hijo de perra. O sea, nomás está. Hijo de tu
Yes,
puta madre.
Wasn't I?
You're the fucking problem here, not us.
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back. And in turn, we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours.
Ajá, todos ilegales y además.
Her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
She wanted my tree destroyed, but Bigby refused.
What?
You were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
Don't blame Snow, she had her reasons. Greenleaf was using her magic to help Crane and the Crooked Man. That's why Snow wanted your tree burned.
That's not why.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to
Eso
you.
que eso no nos
It had
enteramos
nothing to
hasta
do with the
chingo
Crooked
después.
Man.
Ah, bueno, ok,
We've
buen
made
punto.
some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away. But I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can. But I can promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Things haven't been great for a while now, but we'll do better at protecting you. From people like him.
Es que también, o sea, este güey notó todos los problemas que había con la gente y aprovechó para...
And he would take that weakness and add it to his strength. And if things didn't fall exactly his way,
Es que de seguro las viejas estas que asesinó...
And while we can never get them back, we can certainly punish who's responsible.
Se quisieron salir de este desvergue, o sea, de seguro se quisieron salir de este desvergue y este güey... Bueno, más bien, lo dijo, ¿no? O sea, se quisieron salir, este güey no le gustó, dijo, mátala.
But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over. And those girls will have their justice.
Sí, o sea, hijo de puta. O sea, se aprovechó de los hijo de perra, güey.
Very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the
Georgie
murders.
was working for you. Bigby got a confession
A confession that nobody heard.
¿Eh?
I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke, especially given Bigby's history.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
So, are we done?
You won't be able to talk your way out of this, crooked man.
What do you
No
mean
mames.
there's no evidence?
Verga, güey.
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of
need...
course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Siguió la orden.
Of course.
A ver.
Going with this.
Well, by that logic, Miss White should be on trial for Tweedledum's murder, since you know Bigby works for her.
That's...
He killed a man.
That don't make him a murderer.
No, fue justificado. Eso fue en defensa propia, güey. Me agarraron a balazos.
You is
They were
hardly
there to retrieve Crane. You didn't need to escalate things.
me. It was them. And who sent those two freaks anyway?
Bigby and I have already discussed his behavior that night. We're handling it
Now, where
internally.
have I heard that before? How about the way he treated the poor woodsman when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
You can't be serious.
That was different.
You're the one on trial here. Don't try to turn this around on us.
Besides,
Es que es eso, es lo
Crane
único que está
was still
haciendo, o
deputy
sea.
mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection.
Tu culo.
Right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
¿Y dónde está ahorita?
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for
This
mine.
is completely different.
I
We all...
did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own
This
crimes.
isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen, I
The
know...
laws apply when we need them.
A ver, cállense
Just
todos a
shut
la...
the fuck
I
up.
mean, a certain level of privilege should be afforded to...
To who?
This is how it's always been.
Yes. See, this is exactly to what I'm speaking. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction?
Sí, es eso. O sea, todos tenían problemas. Este güey aprovechó el problema de todos para manipular a todo el puto mundo. O sea...
Who will be the...
Bigby? Miss White!
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath, little
What's
one?
she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
She has something to say, and we're gonna listen. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut
whether-
up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
Ah, pues...
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
We need to establish some order here.
Vivian killed herself back at the Pudding and Pie.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know
Nerissa!
your-
My name is Nerissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me.
A huevo, la confesión necesaria.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Uy.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me.
No mames, llegó puro pedo, güey. O sea, digo, es obvio que es hijo de puta, ¿no? Pero...
No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you?
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
You're done talking, crooked man. You had your chance.
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has
more
a point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been enough
I don't give a shit
bloodshed
So we
what
get
it is.
rid of
It's too
him.
dangerous.
Get him out of here.
We can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Why not?
A ver.
We should have a vote. Make it democratic.
Do you really think that's going to work?
He's right. Nobody can agree on anything.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
He was appointed. He's the only official representative, really. He should be the judge.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow.
Just do what you think is right.
Que se muera la verga, al puto pozo.
Yes, Sheriff.
Arrancarle la cabeza.
What you think is right.
Nah, a
Teach
la
him a
verga.
fucking lesson.
Everyone, I'm...
Not this way.
No mames. No, 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 ahora sí te cargó la chingada. Toma, puto.
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment. Think of me when you try to sleep.
No, te vas a la verga.
Miss me.
No, I won't.
What are you?
Sheriff, don't!
Claro que sí.
Oh my god.
Chingar a su madre. Pito. Puto imbécil. Hágamela de pedo y aviento otro.
For Lily and Faith.
Yes. Another one of us to erase from the books.
Me vale verga. Pito, 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 pito. What the fuck? Ok, después de ese pequeño corte se habrán dado cuenta que el juego se bugueó. No sé exactamente, bueno, sí sé exactamente por qué. Aparentemente hay un problema o existe un problema con la traducción del juego. La traducción no es completamente oficial por Telltale Games ni por el Steam. Digamos que una persona se dio a la tarea de traducir todo este pedo y lo hizo de manera tan correcta y tan bien hecha, pues que se hizo de una forma extraoficial, pero oficial, algo así por el estilo. Todo el mundo conoce esta traducción. Investigando un poco, aparentemente esta traducción genera algunos problemas y bugs, como el que acaban de ver, donde literalmente solo es la dentadura de Bigby flotando. Entonces, ya solo nos falta este episodio lo voy a cortar aquí. en lo que logro solucionar este problema que sucedió. Es posible que sencillamente sea tan sencillo como desinstalar, instalar el juego, pero pues no me funcionó. Buscar otra forma de solucionar este problema para que puedan ver el meritito final de The Wolf Among Us y así tener el último episodio. Este le pondré como final parte .5 y después, bueno, le pondré como final 21.5 y el siguiente ya será final 22. Muchas gracias por ver este video, espero que lo hayan disfrutado. Les recomiendo dos canales, el de mi amigo Alex Bash y a mi amigo Solenacho, que lo tendrán respectivamente en la pantalla. Y muchísimas gracias por este apoyo que me están dando al ver los videos. Yo sé que dirán, son poquitas visualizaciones, pero para mí esto me inspira un chingo y me emociona. Sin nada más que decir, nos vemos en el siguiente episodio. Gracias. Bye.